Good afternoon. We scheduled this press conference because we thought that it's important to update our community on the progress of the investigation, number one, and where we're at this point, what we know. So to start this update, we'll add that we had an additional victim overnight. It was a 70-year-old female who had been struck by shrapnel while in her car. She took herself to the hospital and she was treated and released. So that's good news. Of the multiple crime scenes that everyone was working yesterday, we are down to 2. So that's also good news. With that being said, I have to again, thank all the local law enforcement, the state officials and the federal officials that came. The resources that have been made available to us is just astronomical and just absolutely appreciated. We also appreciate all the thoughts and prayers from our West Texas community, from the state of Texas and from the United States. Those thoughts and prayers have been pouring in, and those are much appreciated and much needed. I want to go over a short sequence of events for you. A few additional facts that we've learned. So Saturday morning, our suspect went to work at Journey Oilfield Service. He was there for a short time and was terminated by his employer. Right after that firing, he called 911, Odessa Police Department's 911, and so did his employer. And basically they were complaining on each other because they had a disagreement over the fire. He then leaves employment. He leaves his employers before our officers get there. At some point in that, let me back up, not at some point, but a short time before he makes contact with the DPS trooper, he actually calls the FBI national tip line, but makes no threats of any type of violence. The DPS trooper contacts him not knowing any of this and attempts to make a traffic stop for a traffic violation. Again, there's no such thing as a routine traffic stop. The subject then proceeds west on I-20. While on I-20, shooting at innocent civilians, creating victims. He enters the city of Odessa and makes his way to 42nd Street here in Odessa, and again, shoots multiple civilians, creating victims. In the area of the 3800 block of North Adams, North Dixie, he encounters a postal employee in a postal vehicle and hijacks that vehicle and creates a casualty there. He then continued, let me back up again. At that point is when the vehicle he was in was a gold-colored sedan. He dumps that vehicle at that point and takes the mail truck. This is not a typical mail truck that you're thinking about that you see. It's a white minivan is what it is. Okay? He takes that vehicle and continues his shooting spree until he is finally contacted at the Synergy by multiple law enforcement agencies. An exchange of gunfire does ensue, and the threat is eliminated at that point. Please understand that this has been a tremendous collaborative effort. The initial response, number one, by several law enforcement agencies, and obviously you see the number of local, state, and federal agencies here now, and that's, again, awesome.